Good evening and welcome to Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County's 2023 annual meeting. My name is Beth Wayne and I'm excited to be co-chairing this event with Jonathan Chain. I'm so proud to be actively involved with our Jewish community. 13 years ago, I converted to Judaism and was exploring how my Jewish identity would play a role in my life. I was nominated for the second cohort of the Emerging Leadership Program, where I met some of my closest friends. That is where I started my Federation journey. I've held various leadership roles within the organization over the past 10 years, and I'm currently participating in the Wexner Heritage Program. I traveled to Israel for the first time with Federation in 2017 during an ELP mission. That trip ignited my passion for the work we do there and in Jewish communities around the world. Over the past 48 hours, more than 500 rockets were fired at Israel. Thankfully today, a ceasefire is being brokered. My heart goes out to all those who have been affected by this horrifying violence. I pray that one day we will know peace. Federation is in close contact and constant contact with our global partners to monitor the situation and will keep the community updated. Jewish Palm Beach continues to build connections with Israel and achieve great things locally and around the world. Tonight, our board chair, Susan Schulman-Pertnoy, will give her report highlighting our community's accomplishments from this past year. I'm honored to be a part of Susan's board of directors, and I have had the pleasure of traveling with her this past fall to Budapest, where we have a budding partnership. We're going to hear about Campaign for the Future, which will meet Jewish Palm Beach's unique needs today, tomorrow, and forever. This initiative will ensure our community is a thriving place for my family and for future generations. Later on in the program, we will have a presentation about leadership. We'll honor two extraordinary people with the Robert and Seal Levy Young Leadership Award, and we'll celebrate the accomplishments of three of our leadership initiatives: Emerging Leadership Program, Mandel Leadership Institute, and the Wexner Heritage Program. Finally, Michael will present his CEO report and celebrate Federation's outstanding staff. But before we get started, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the leaders and donors we lost this past year, particularly former board chair Arlene Kaufman and honorary trustee Sheila Engelstein. Our community wouldn't be what it is without their vision, dedication, and leadership. I'm on the board of Women's Philanthropy, and I'm so grateful to follow in the footsteps of these strong, empowering women. Arlene, along with her beloved Sandy Backler, have opened their home and hosted every cohort of ELP since its inception 13 years ago. Arlene believes strongly in investing in the next generation. Together, she and Sandy fueled an array of local and global programs that strengthen younger generations' connection with Israel and their communities, helping them develop into leaders of tomorrow. And Sheila, along with her late husband Alec, were deeply committed to Jewish family engagement. Perhaps Sheila's greatest passion of all was in the Jewish community was Jewish learning. She was unwavering advocate for Jewish education for children and adults. My husband and two children have benefited from Sheila's investment in Jewish families. I'm grateful for Arlene and Sheila's tremendous leadership. We also remember other beloved members of our community who passed this year and whose names are on the screen. We appreciate their contributions to our Jewish community. Please join me in a moment of silence. May their memory be for a blessing. I want to acknowledge our partner organizations, corporate sponsors, and the many leaders who are in attendance. Tonight, we're here at Meyer Prep, Federation's partner and our community's premier Jewish day school. I want to thank the leadership from Meyer for hosting us, and the Mandel JCC for hosting the board meeting that took place earlier this evening. Here tonight, representing the 18 graduates in Meyer Prep's class of 2023 is 14-year-old Jesse Berg, who will be giving the Devar Torah. Jesse is president of Meyer's Knesset Student Government and National Junior Honor Society, and he will be attending Oxbridge Academy in the fall. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. Growing up in a Federation family has had a positive influence on me and my sister Blake, a 7th grader here at Meyer Prep. We have seen firsthand the impact of the annual campaign from our parents and grandparents. Blake and I decided, on our own, from our own allowance, to start giving commitments, me when I was 8 and Blake when she was 7. I take pride in increasing my gift every year. It might not be much, but to me, I know I'm making a difference, and my mom reminds me that every dollar counts. Interesting to note that Blake continues to be the youngest donor to the Women's Philanthropy Campaign. My philanthropy to the Jewish Federation will have an impact on me for the rest of my life, as will the Jewish education I have received here at Meyer Prep. My class is the first to go from kindergarten to 8th grade in this building, and our graduation is in just 12 days. In these 9 years, in addition to our general studies, we have been taught about the different rituals and customs that we, the Jewish people, practice. This foundation will carry me forward through high school and beyond. Our class recently returned from Israel, and the experience was like no other. This was my first time in our Jewish homeland, and I wrote this Devar Torah sitting on the bus from the Galilee to the Negev. And then I rewrote it several more times along the way because each day showed me new things. All of our studies led to those 11 magical days. I was invited to speak at the Federation's Israel at 75 mission opening dinner. And I shared that before this trip, Israel was a place on a map or in a video. Now it is home. My friends and I truly felt a second home among those mountains and rushing seas. I remember when I approached the Kotel for the first time. It just felt like I was meant to be there, like that was the place for me. 2 days later, we went to Yad Vashem, arguably the most immersive Holocaust museum in the world, as well as Har Herzl, the burial place of all the soldiers who fell in the Israeli wars. I could only feel grief and uncertainty. I had grief for the lives that were taken, but I had uncertainty about the Jewish future given the rise of anti-Semitism. And then I felt hope. My classmates and I are the next generation. We are the future. We must take all that we have learned to benefit the world around us. For if we remember, history will not repeat itself. If we recall the atrocities that took place in Israel because people do not want us to have our state, then we can help it in the future. But for that to occur, we must do something now. That brings me to this week's Torah portion, which happens to be a double one, Behar Bechukotai. Behar meaning on Mount, in this case referring to Sinai, and Bechukotai meaning in my statutes. We learned this week about the law of the sabbatical year. In simple terms, this law states that every 7th year, you must let your field grow without human aid. During this time, any person or animal may come and take from the crops. It also mentions a jubilee, or 50th year, when all slaves are set free and any estates in the land of Israel that have been sold are to revert back to their original owners. These are but 2 of many examples of philanthropy, tzedakah, and caring for the less fortunate in the Torah. These Torah portions conclude the book of Leviticus, or Vayikra. At the end, we say Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek, or be strong, and we will be strong. The beauty of the Torah is that we never finish studying it. By saying Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek, we strengthen each other to study on. There are other examples of the importance of continuing to learn and do good things. When someone does a mitzvah, you say Yashar Koach, or more power to you, in the hopes that you will do more mitzvahs. So how can we take this simple yet meaningful saying into our everyday lives? Being president of Meyer Student Government, or Knesset, and National Junior Honor Society, I have had first-hand experience at planning and producing events and fundraisers. I have also had my fair share of failures. But I have learned and I have grown, making me stronger, the Knesset and NJHS stronger, and the school stronger. When we all come together as a community, not just as Jews, but as people, we will be stronger. This week, synagogues around the world say Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. I wish to say something similar. May the future years at Meyer be strong. May the Jewish Federation be strong, and may the Jewish people be strong. Thank you.
Jesse, thank you so much for that thoughtful Devar Torah. You and your Meyer Prep classmates are so impressive and represent a bright future for our Jewish community. I'm so proud of you all. And thank you, Jonathan Chain and Beth Wayne, for co-chairing tonight's annual meeting. You're also demonstrating exceptional leadership, and I'm so happy you're both serving on the board of directors with me. My name is Susan Schulman Pertnoy, and today marks 1 year since I assumed the role of Federation's board chair. At that time, we announced our inclusivity statement, which you can see on the screen. Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County has always prided itself on being welcoming to all, so I was thrilled when we formally adopted language saying so. Throughout this past year, we've been putting it into use. You may have noticed that when you registered for the annual meeting, we asked if you needed any special accommodations to be comfortable. That's why you see our sign language interpreter, Lisa, from Building 7 Bridges. This is just one example of how we are building a more inclusive community. As I look back on this past year, I'm grateful to all of the people and partner organizations who made it such a tremendous success. And we're fortunate to have incredible leadership in our community. It's been my privilege to work with our executive committee and board of directors, and I'm consistently inspired by your dedication and support of Jewish Palm Beach. To those of you who are completing your terms tonight and whose names are on the screen, I thank you for your service. To everyone who is going on to serve another term, and to those who are now starting new positions, I'm excited to work together. I also want to thank Michael Hoffman, Federation's president and CEO, for being such an amazing partner. Michael, it's been a joy to work with you this past year, and I can't wait to see what we're going to accomplish next year. And I also want to recognize Federation's professional team who work day in and day out to ensure that we have a thriving, inclusive, and safe Jewish community. I'd like to ask all Federation staff to stand up and be recognized. Please join me in a round of applause. The impact we have all achieved together is possible through our partnerships with devoted organizations. And I want to express my sincere gratitude to our local partners, all of which have representatives here this evening. Alpert Jewish Family Services, Mandel JCC, Meyer Prep, and Morse Life Home Care. And our global partners, Birthright Israel, JDC, and the Jewish Agency for Israel. Your deep and abiding commitment to improving lives makes our entire Jewish community stronger. And it's a pleasure and a privilege to call you all partners. Our Jewish community certainly wouldn't be what it is today without the vision and commitment of our long line of visionary leaders. We can't look ahead without looking back and thanking the leaders who came before us. All of the past Federation board chairs, including both my mother and my father. My dad, Alan Schulman, installed me as board chair last year, and I couldn't be happier to look into the audience and seeing him here tonight. Hi, Dad. Both my father and mother, Barbara Kay of blessed memory, instilled in me a love and commitment of our global Jewish people. And taking part in community missions and experiences in Israel and elsewhere have been passions of mine from a young age. I recently returned from our community's Israel 75 mission, during which I joined more than 100 people from Jewish Palm Beach to commemorate Israel's 75 years of independence. We took a deep dive into the culture of the Jewish homeland, spent a whirlwind few days in our partnership region of Zachar, made up of Sfat, Hatzor, Hagalit, and Rosh Pina, and saw firsthand the impact we are all making. We are guiding at-risk youth, cultivating teens and young adults to become our future leaders. We're also feeding those who simply cannot afford to feed themselves. And we're helping new immigrants transition to Israeli society. And we're even providing life-saving care through an ambucycle, which our Federation donated to our partnership region. I could go on, but I do have to share that each time I visit Zahar, I'm overwhelmed by the warmth with which we are received. Whether it's at a welcome home party with 200 people or a dinner in the home of someone we've never met, we are never really strangers. Zahar is really Palm Beach's home away from home. In addition to going to Israel, this past year was filled with new travel experiences that enabled us to see in person our impact all over the world. We visited Budapest, where we learned about Hungary's complicated history with its Jewish community. We learned how the Palm Beach's budding partnership with the Jewish community of Budapest supports the city's Jewish Community Center, leadership development programs, human services, tech innovation, and more. We also traveled to the United Arab Emirates, where we were able to hear exclusive briefings from political leaders, prominent business innovators, diplomats, and Emirati influencers. This was a historic journey to the UAE, marking the beginning of a new era of relationships between the region and Jews around the world. And here in the United States, our Jewish Community Relations Council, or JCRC, led a civil rights mission through Alabama and Georgia. It was a unique, powerful experience during which participants explored the history and modern-day involvement of the Jewish community in the civil rights struggle in America. I'm excited that plans are also underway for another special mission in April of 2024. Women are invited to participate in a fascinating mission to Berlin and Israel, and you'll learn more about this journey in the coming months. The mission is being led by Women's Philanthropy, which continues to produce some of the top local and international leaders. As a matter of fact, in December, our own Vivian Lieberman was recognized as Jewish Palm Beach's Kipnis Wilson Friedland Award winner at a beautiful ceremony at the International Lion of Judah Conference. This year marked a milestone for the Lion of Judah program. This powerful initiative celebrated 50 years of an international sisterhood of thousands of global activists who care deeply about the Jewish future. As we look toward that future, one of our biggest priorities is to keep our Jewish community safe. The number of acts of hatred against Jews has had an enormous increase. We've all heard the news reports about these deplorable acts right here in the Palm Beaches. Over recent months, a swastika was projected on a building in downtown West Palm Beach. Anti-Semitic leaflets were strewn on front lawns in several neighborhoods throughout our area, and anti-Semitic incidences took place in public schools. And just last week, a man ripped the kippah off another man's head in West Boca Raton and knocked down a woman who stood up for him. Left unchecked, these acts will only increase, becoming more normalized in our society and discouraging people from expressing their Jewish pride. Federation is working aggressively to confront this hatred head-on. We're ensuring anti-Semitism is neither accepted nor tolerated, and that no individual is meant to feel intimidated by hatred and intolerance. This year, we strengthened our partnership with the School District of Palm Beach County to help implement Holocaust education and train administrators to confront anti-Semitic incidences. Federation also sponsored a program with Insight Through Education to bring a replica World War II boxcar to public schools, and more than 5,000 students experienced this interactive multimedia teaching tool, which goes beyond the Holocaust education currently required by Florida law. To reinforce our commitment, I'm proud to announce that Federation is launching the Palm Beach Center to Combat Anti-Semitism and Hatred. The Palm Beach Center's initial work is focused on two time-tested priorities: strengthening security and building relationships. We're already making phenomenal strides. Shortly after a swastika was projected on the AT&T building downtown, Federation, through our Jewish Community Relations Council and our J-Secure program, met with civic leaders and lawmakers to take action. Just 2 weeks ago, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the Public Nuisance Act into state law while he was in Israel. Our JCRC leadership, including Chair Lynn Pasekis and Vice President Josephine Gahn, played a significant role in getting this key legislation passed. Lynn and Josephine provided consultation on the legislation, advocated to state lawmakers in Tallahassee, and wrote a letter to the governor, co-signed by 22 Jewish organizations. The new law, which passed unanimously in both the Florida House and Senate, significantly increases the punishment for many hate crimes from a misdemeanor to a third-degree felony, helping to address Florida's 42% increase in rise in anti-Semitic incidences. I'd like to express a special thank you to State Representative Mike Caruso, who conceptualized and sponsored the bill. He was also in Israel for the signing and is here with us tonight. Representative Caruso, please stand to be recognized. This work at the state level is in addition to JCRC's efforts to enact new local ordinances, which passed unanimously in West Palm Beach and Palm Beach County, prohibiting the projection of hateful images onto buildings without permission. The partnerships we're forming and legislation we are passing are serving as a model for communities across North America. Plans for the Palm Beach Center to combat anti-Semitism and hatred call for securing targeted funds over the next 5 years. And I'm thrilled to tell you that as of May 1st, the center's generous, forward-thinking founders already have contributed more than $7.5 million. This astounding amount, contributed in such a short period of time, how about 3 months, is truly a testament to the dedication and generosity of Jewish Palm Beach, and it demonstrates the enormous confidence that philanthropists have in Federation's lay and professional leadership. Last year, when the war broke out in Ukraine, you donated $2 million to fuel immediate relief efforts. And once again, this community is stepping forward in a philanthropic way to address a pressing issue. It's beyond inspiring, and I thank all of you for what you do when you can, and when our community needs us. Our ability to take on emerging issues comes from a position of strength that we have worked very hard to achieve at this Federation. And after years of strong financial performance, we are ready to think bigger and more broadly about Federation's future. We are now entering an exciting chapter. Because we're in the midst of historic population growth, we're also grappling with a surge of new community needs on top of existing challenges. As the City Hall of Jewish Palm Beach, we are focused on strengthening our community today, tomorrow, and forever. To guide us in this pursuit, we're creating a strategic plan, charting our goals and a plan to secure them and execute them. And I'm pleased to share with you that we have convened a strategic planning task force chaired by Federation's Vice Chair, Stephen Ellison. The plan will be guided through a thoughtful process, including nationally renowned consultants and the input of community leaders, donors, professionals, and volunteers. And I look forward to presenting our strategic plan at next year's annual meeting. We're fortunate to be in the position we are, supported by dedicated people like yourselves. The work we put forth every day is all made possible through your generosity. Together, you and thousands of others have contributed $51 million to Federation's 2023 annual campaign, targeted gifts to our programs and partners, and new endowments to our William A. Meyer Jewish Community Foundation. 55% of the total is being put to use immediately to support partnership organizations and Federation programs. Of this total, you and others in our community have contributed $19 million to the unrestricted annual campaign, and women's philanthropy accounts for nearly 50% of our annual campaign. To give you some perspective, that's 89% stronger than we were at this time during the 2019 campaign. Remarkable, isn't it? Of course, our success is thanks to the tireless work of our campaign leadership, and you can see their names on the screen. They're joined by hundreds of campaign ambassadors representing communities from Boynton Beach, west to Wellington, east to Palm Beach, and north into Martin County. Our ambassadors are the boots on the ground of our campaign who volunteer their time, energy, and talents to inspire others. Last year, we launched a new way to honor one excellent ambassador, the Hope Silverman Campaigner of the Year Award. Named for our immediate past board chair and one of the community's most dedicated leaders, we give this annual honor to an individual who demonstrates significant leadership, encourages new and increased commitments to the campaign, and serves as a role model for their peers. Hope, please join me on stage to make this presentation. And now it's my pleasure to announce that the 2023 Hope Silverman Campaigner of the Year Award goes to Earl Halsband. Earl? Earl lives in Hunter's Run, where he has been a longtime Federation committee member and served as committee chair. He has made hundreds of solicitation calls on Federation's behalf, inspiring many people to contribute much-needed dollars that fuel our work. Earl values the vital role that philanthropy plays to make our impact possible, and he steps forward at every opportunity to encourage others to support what we do. His dedication is evident. After all, he's been soliciting donations for the Federation movement for 50 years, first in Massachusetts and now in the Palm Beaches. Earl, on behalf of a very grateful community, thank you and Mazel Tov on receiving this year's Hope Silverman Campaigner of the Year Award.
Thank you.
I'm going to take one picture. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This first year as board chair has been an incredible journey, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for everyone's unwavering support. I'm grateful to my family, especially my husband, Ronnie, who has been by my side every step of the way. I'm incredibly lucky to have you as my better half, my love. To you, our Federation community, your faith in me as your leader is an honor I will always treasure. I want to assure you that my commitment to our shared goals remains unwavering. Let us continue this transformative path together with boundless optimism and the knowledge that our collective efforts will lead us to greater heights. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. And now it's my pleasure to turn the stage over to Charles Gottesman, Federation's Development and Campaign Chair. Charles?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's a hard act to follow. Susan, you were wonderful. And Susan, congratulations on completing your first year as Federation Board Chair. You continue to inspire not only me, but the Federation as well. And I look forward to continuing our work next year. Also, I am honored to serve as the Development and Campaign Chair, and I am grateful to the 5,000 donors who have contributed so generously to us this year. Tonight, I'm here to speak about Campaign for the Future, by which now I'm sure many of you have heard about. Chaired by Bill Meyer, Campaign for the Future is the largest fundraising initiative in Jewish Palm Beach's history. This comprehensive campaign seeks to grow annual fundraising, increase the number of multi-year pledges, and create new endowments to meet the needs of our growing community today, tomorrow, and forever. And Campaign for the Future is a collaborative effort between Federation and its partner organizations, which Susan has already mentioned, to ensure that we meet our short-term needs of today, but also continue to build a strong, vibrant, and safe community for future generations. We are extremely grateful to the 40 founding community visionaries, generous individuals who have recently contributed $1 million or more through annual, multi-year gifts and endowments to forever support our Jewish community. We recently acknowledged our founding visionaries in the Palm Beach Daily News, and we look forward to continuing to honor them and other visionaries in the future publications and at myriads and myriads of other events. These extraordinary donors are a combination of longstanding philanthropists to our Federation, as well as new donors who recognize Federation's impact locally and around the world. Their generosity makes up a significant portion of the astounding $150 million we have raised to date. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's $150 million. And Mark Levy, former Federation board chair, longtime supporter, and one of our founding community visionaries, describes our growing community perfectly. And he shares why he believes it's so crucial to provide for a Jewish future.
Well, I think our local Jewish community's growth has been amazing. We are in a position where we have an expanding population of Jews or people living in Jewish homes. I think it's very important that we do our best to engage that growth so that we not only offer the necessary services, but we also offer a path to engagement for the Jews living in our community. I never foresaw the growth of young Jewish families to the extent that it's happened over the last number of years. And I think that it's a wonderful thing, and it's very important that they have the opportunity to engage in Jewish communal life in a way that's meaningful to them, and to do so on a broad scale so that we can reach out to so many more people than we did in the past. My hope for my children and grandchildren is that they have the opportunity to engage in Jewish life and Jewish causes, helping provide for a Jewish future for the entire Jewish community at large. A gift to our Jewish Federation is the most impactful gift you can give.
We are so thankful that Stacy and Mark have continued to demonstrate their long-term commitment to the Jewish Palm Beach through their campaign for the future gift. And tonight, I am pleased to share with you that another unwavering philanthropic couple has decided to become a founding community visionary. So please welcome Michael Hoffman, Federation's president and CEO, for this very, very special announcement.
Good evening, everyone. Let me just fix that. In 2015, Federation established the Jewish Volunteer Center to serve as a gateway to promote volunteerism and community-wide engagement in the Palm Beaches. Its goal was to connect volunteers with opportunities to lend a helping hand to those who need it most, while at the same time fulfilling the Jewish values of tikkun olam, repair the world, and chesed, acts of loving kindness. With the historic population growth in the Palm Beaches, JVC's role has quickly expanded to help meet the emerging needs in the community. Since its inception, JVC's projects have helped nearly 100,000 local Jewish and non-Jewish individuals in the community, thanks to an annual participation of 5,000 people a year. Seeing how JVC has been meeting the needs in both the Jewish and the non-Jewish community, Dorothy and Sydney Cole, who are pillars in the Palm Beach community, wanted to ensure that JVC was able to fulfill its critical mission in perpetuity. To achieve this goal, this incredible philanthropic couple have made an extraordinary commitment to Federation's Campaign for the Future in the amount of $2.5 million. This gift will endow the activities of JVC and ensure that future generations will have the opportunity to impact the community through hands-on volunteerism. I'm thrilled to share with you that in honor of this transformative contribution, we will now be renaming JVC as the Dorothy and Sydney Cole Jewish Volunteer Center. One of my favorite examples of the reach of JVC's is its partnership with Palm Beach Atlantic University in its annual Martin Luther King Day of Service. This past January, the event brought out together more than 850 community members representing all faiths, all ages, and all races to volunteer with organizations throughout Palm Beach County. And later that day, our community gathered together in a ceremony to honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King and to demonstrate our shared commitment to combat hatred of all forms, all forms of intolerance and anti-Semitism in the greater Palm Beach community. The Coles and their family are among the most dedicated and philanthropic in our community. Their daughter, Lori, and Bruce Gendelman, daughter and son-in-law, are deeply committed to Jewish and non-Jewish causes in the community, and they're here this evening. I want to recognize Lori and Bruce. And their granddaughter, Juliana Gendelman, has continued in the legacy of leadership in the family, having previously served as JVC's chair for 5 years, currently serves on our board of directors, and is now a newly minted member of our executive committee. Juliana, her husband Chris Goldberg, and their daughter Rosie regularly volunteer at the Cole JVC service projects throughout the year. They are truly JVC groupies. This endowment from the Coles will forever exemplify the extraordinary vision, values, and commitment to the Palm Beaches. I could not be more grateful. Juliana is here tonight representing her family and to honor her grandparents. Juliana, would you please come up to the stage? When I met with Sydney to finalize all of the gift agreements, I asked him, you had the opportunity to give to so many different causes. Why are you and Dorothy choosing to make this extraordinary commitment? He said, one, they felt it was important to participate in this campaign for the future as 30-year donors to the Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County. Two, they have an extraordinary commitment to the greater Palm Beach community. And three, to honor Juliana. So. I'm pleased to present you and your family a special gift as a memento for this occasion and as a token of our community's gratitude. It's a framed version of the ad that will appear in this Sunday's Palm Beach Post and the Palm Beach Daily News announcing this most generous commitment. The plaque will read, in recognition of Dorothy and Sydney Cole for their remarkable compassion and generosity to volunteer service May 11th, 2023. Congratulations, thank you, and Yasher Koach. So.
Thank you. Just want to thank Michael and the rest of the team at Federation. We truly have the most amazing team with Melissa and Amy and everybody who makes this possible day in and day out. And we started 8 years ago with an event for MLK Day, and we had maybe 100, 150 people. And it has just blossomed into 5,000 volunteers or more, every year. And we are adding more events, and we are building bridges to the non-Jewish community as well. And it is just tremendous to see where this has gone. So thank you to all of you in the room, because I know so many of you volunteer, day in and day out, and then at big events that like we have for Good Deeds Day or MLK Day. And it really means the world. And thank you for everything that you all do.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Chain, and I am proud to be the chair of what is now known as the Dorothy and Sidney Cole Jewish Volunteer Center. I'm also on the Federation Board of Directors and co-chairing tonight's annual meeting with my friend Beth Wayne. On behalf of our community, I'd like to personally thank the Coles for recognizing the value this volunteer work brings to our community and making this generous gift that will help JVC reach new heights. Over the past few years, I've seen the growth in JVC's impact, and it has been an honor to follow in Juliana's footsteps as chair. This past year, JVC has provided 70,000 meals to people in need. It's contributed 4,300 books and helped assemble 17,000 backpacks with supplies for students at Palm Beach County Title I schools. It's packed and donated 4,500 Dignity Grows toiletry kits and brought together 5,000 volunteers to make it all happen. The founding community visionaries who Charles talked about are among the most dedicated and inspiring leaders in Jewish Palm Beach. We're fortunate to have the Mandel Center for Leadership to identify, train, and develop leaders for today and tomorrow. The goal of the Mandel Center is to ensure participants have the values, commitment, and skills needed to provide high-quality leadership to the Jewish community. I have personally benefited from participating in 3 Mandel Center programs: the Emerging Leadership Program, a member and co-chair of Mandel Leadership Institute's first cohort, and the Wexner Heritage Program, of which I'm now a part. These participants of ELP Cohort 9 are with us tonight. ELP is a leadership development program that educates participants about the Jewish community, locally and globally. This 16-month program equips members with the skills and tools to take on an active role in the community. We wish you good luck in the next year of your program under the continued leadership of Adam Jackowitz. Next, the Mandel Leadership Institute is focused on developing individuals who demonstrate the propensity and desire for high-caliber training in advanced Jewish leadership. Congratulations to the members of Cohort 5 who are graduating this evening. I'd like to acknowledge its chair, Michelle Cohn. Michelle, thank you for all you have done to make this program a success. Now I invite you and your cohort to stand so we can celebrate your achievements. Mazel tov to all of you, and please remember to pick up your certificates of completion at the conclusion of tonight's meeting. It's amazing that after only 5 years of MLI, we are already seeing an impact in the Jewish community. Every one of MLI's graduates are serving in leadership roles in the Palm Beaches. 3 partner organizations have board chairs who are MLI alumni. If you're interested in joining Cohort 6, or know anybody who's interested, MLI will begin accepting applications over the summer. And finally, we are so proud to have been chosen as one of the 3 communities in North America to host the Wexner Heritage Leadership Program. These 20 dynamic leaders in the Palm Beaches are halfway through this 2-year intensive program focused on Judaism and leadership. Thank you all for being here tonight. And now it's time to recognize 2 young leaders in our community with the Robert and Seal Levy Young Leadership Award. It is my pleasure to introduce last year's award winners, Scott Holtz and Alana Cannell Rickel, to present this year's recipients.
Good evening. The Robert and Seal Levy Young Leadership Award recognizes young leaders who devote time and energy to better the Jewish community of the Palm Beaches.
Named for the founders of Federation's Young Leadership Division, the award has honored dozens of young leaders in the Palm Beaches who have continued building toward the Levy's vision of a strong, vibrant Jewish community.
Alana and I were honored to receive this award at last year's annual meeting. Tonight, we are pleased to present it to this year's recipients, Amy Terwilliger and Jason Del Grasso. Amy is the first female chair of Federation's Business and Professionals Division. She sits on Federation's Board of Directors, and she is a member of the Working Women's Task Force and the Community Strategy and Planning Committee. She is a current participant of the Wexner Heritage Program and is a graduate of ELP Cohort 5. She received the Charlotte Scholar Award for Jewish Community Outreach at last year's Applause event and will serve on the Women's Philanthropy Board of Directors next year. In addition to her dedication to Jewish Palm Beach, Amy is active with a variety of bar associations, the Women's Foundation of Florida and Leadership Palm Beach County. She is a vice chair of the Women's Leadership Forum at Gunster, where she is a business litigation shareholder. Amy, congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Thank you. I'm really humbled and honored to be receiving this award tonight, mostly because people still think I can be described by the word young. But in all seriousness, it has actually been my absolute pleasure to get to serve this community. I was a member of Cohort 5 of ELP. I'm currently in the Wexner Heritage Program with a lot of the fine folks in this room, Beth and Jonathan. It's been an amazing experience. And serving as the first female chair of the Business and Professionals Division of the Federation has really been an amazing experience. And all of these things, most importantly, have given me the opportunity to get to know so many, sorry, I'm getting like, it's not like me, I know. Something happened. But it's given me the opportunity to get to know so many of you here, and that's really what makes this special. So I'd like to extend my utmost appreciation and gratitude to the Levy family, and also to all the lay leaders and professional staff at Federation, without whom, obviously, we would never accomplish anything that we do. And I'd also, of course, like to thank my family, my mom who's taking pictures, my husband, and my wonderful children for all their unwavering support and encouragement. So thank you, and congratulations to all of the other award winners tonight.
Jason is on the board of directors for Alpert Jewish Family Service and chairs its Satel Emerging Leadership Task Force. At Federation, he just graduated from MLI Cohort 5, and he is a member of the BNP Cabinet. He also chaired the Next Gen Committee and served on the JVC Committee. Born and raised in West Palm Beach, Jason is a graduate of Meyer Prep. Beyond his commitment to our Jewish community, Jason chairs the Hospitality and Tourism Program's Business Partnership Council at Palm Beach State College. He previously chaired the Business Academy Board that supports Palm Beach Gardens High School, and he served as the People Lead for American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. Jason is the Senior Sales Manager at Hilton West Palm Beach. Jason, I'm happy to present this award to a fellow Meyer grad. Mazel tov.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Amy, extremely well said. I echo every single thing that she said as well, too. And just with all my heart, thank you so much. It's just such a tremendous honor. I wouldn't be who I am standing in front of you if it weren't for the countless incredible people who have supported me along the way. Many of you, of course, are here in this room. First and foremost, my magnificent wife, Sherry, thank you. Your support, yeah, there you go. She does deserve a round of applause. She puts up with a lot. Also, we have a 4-month-old son at home, so it's a very exciting time. But your support and love, it means everything. I couldn't do this without you, and I look forward to celebrating your first Mother's Day this weekend, so I love you. Speaking of mothers, to my mom, Marcia, who's sitting right next to her. Your sacrifice, you instilled in me what sacrifice is. Over the years, it's propelled me to new heights. I'd be nowhere without you. Thank you for being the foundation that I am. I love you. To my father, God rest your soul. May you continue to be the eternal guiding light that you have been for me. To the Federation family, too many of you to list, but Michael Hoffman and Lindsay Hirsch, thank you profusely for all you have done and all you continue to do for us. My Alpert Jewish Family Services family, I know you're in the back, woo! Also too many to list, but Mark Hopen, Gary Hoffman, Zelda Mason, Michael Lampert, the entire staff and volunteers, it's a blessing to be around all of you. I'm eager for what lies ahead and all the amazing work that we have done and that we'll continue to do to impact the community and help others. Last but certainly not least, the Levy family, your stewardship, your vision, they're the definition of leadership. So thank you for all you've done for the community and everything you continue to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yasher Koach.
Group photo?
Good evening. I'm Hope Silverman, the immediate past board chair and the chair of the nominating committee. I am inspired by our young leaders and feel assured that our community is in good hands for years to come. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Susan on a tremendous year and wish her continued success in the year ahead. Congratulations, Susan. I am part of the relaxed and smiling group of past board chairs. And I speak for all of us when I say you are really doing an incredible job, Susan. Now on to the nominating committee report. I'd like to ask the 2022-2023 Executive Committee to please stand and remain standing. Will the 2022-2023 Board of Directors please join them, stand and remain standing. I hereby discharge you of your duties. You have all served with dedication and commitment to the Jewish community. Thank you for your service. Please join me all in a round of applause. You may be seated. The nominating committee, whose names are on the screen, has been hard at work these past few months and has carefully selected a group of talented individuals as the 2023-2024 Executive Committee and Board of Directors. As provided by the Federation's bylaws, the new officers, Executive Committee, and Board of Directors were elected earlier this evening at the Federation Board meeting. We will now have our board installation. Please welcome Rabbi Shiner from Palm Beach Synagogue to the stage to do the honors.
Thank you, Hope. In a moment, I will have the pleasure of installing the 2023-2024 Executive Committee and Board of Directors of the Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County. If I have to think of one sentence of the rabbis that really encapsulates what the Jewish Federation is, it would be what our rabbis teach us in Pirkei Avot and Ethics of Our Fathers. Our rabbis tell us, Al Shlosha Dvarim Ha'olam Omed. The entire universe stands on three pillars, ala Torah, on the study of Torah, al avodah, on the service of God, val gemilut chasadim, and on acts of loving kindness. And that's what our federation does. It not only supports and upholds our local Jewish community in Palm Beach County, but literally the entire globe, over 70 countries around the world. First and foremost, of course, our beloved land of Israel, that we pray at this moment for the protection and safety and security of the land of Israel. But over 70 countries and communities around the world are supported through our local Jewish Federation. First and foremost, through the study of Torah, beginning with this incredible institution we find ourselves in now, the Meyer Jewish Academy, preparatory school, but the countless educational opportunities that our community provides. Divine service, of course, the support of the dozens and dozens of synagogues throughout our community, including Palm Beach Synagogue, which are the beneficiaries of the support of our local Jewish Federation. And of course, the endless amount of acts of loving kindness, generosity, support for every member of our community through the many, many agencies in our community. But this is what I believe really stands out about the Jewish Federation of Palm Beach. I've had the blessing and the good fortune of living in this community for 29 years with my wife, Dini, and now our children and grandchildren. And there is something very, very special about this community. And I'm just going to illustrate it with a story from the Talmud. The Talmud says there was once a meeting in the forest between all the animals to discuss who they would nominate as their new king of the forest. And they all gathered, and the lion stepped forward. And the lion said, well, obviously, I'm the most powerful, the mightiest beast, the mightiest creature in the forest, the most powerful animal. Clearly, I should be the king of the forest. And to demonstrate his power, he leaned back on his hind legs and opened his mouth and gave this roaring, loud roar, and it reverberated far and wide throughout the forest. And all the other animals stood back with fear and trepidation. But then the Talmud says, a little bird stepped forward. And he said, I actually think I should be the king of the forest. And the lion started to laugh. You, the king of the forest? And the bird said, watch. And the bird started to chirp a song. And as soon as the bird began to chirp the song, all the birds in the tree above began to chirp along. And then the song of the birds traveled to the next trees and the next trees until, the Talmud says, the entire forest was filled with the song of the birds, and the song of the birds traveled further than the mighty roar of the lion. And that's what's unique to me about this federation. There is a joy, there is a love, there is a warmth, there is a song that is sung by this Jewish Federation, and it's contagious, it's infectious. When you're in the presence of Federation leaders as this room, you feel that joy and you want to sing that song along. And with that song, we teach our children, our grandchildren, and we educate our entire community about the beauty, the joy, the love, and the happiness that comes with celebrating our Jewish identity. So now let's get our installation underway. I'd like to call your attention to the screen. Will the 2023-2024 Executive Committee please stand and remain standing? Will the 2023-2024 Board of Directors, new and continuing, please rise and join the Executive Committee and remain standing. The Federation Board also includes past Federation Board chairs, please rise. Federation's honorary trustees and local partner organization representatives, please rise. I sincerely thank you for committing to lead our Federation and Jewish community. You have the responsibility to ensure Federation continues to impact the lives of Jewish people here in Israel and in 70 countries around the world. Our community has complete confidence in your leadership. It is my honor to officially install you as the 2023-2024 Board of Directors for the Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County. Mazel tov, and together may we go from strength to strength. You may now be seated. And now to present the CEO report, please welcome back our CEO and President, Michael Hoffman.
Thank you, Rabbi Shiner, and thank you for all of our speakers this evening. Rabbi Shiner, I want to thank you for your partnership, for your leadership in our community, for your friendship, and I want to welcome you onto our board of directors at our federation. I'm also incredibly inspired by the accomplishments of our board, and this year is no exception. Our federation works with arguably the most dedicated group of volunteers, certainly in any nonprofit in Palm Beaches, and I would dare to say in any Jewish federation across the country. I'm so grateful for your leadership, for your partnership, and all that you do to ensure that our federation and our Jewish community is the strongest, most vibrant it can be each and every day. Susan, you are at the helm of this incredible group of leaders that has been guiding our federation, and your leadership has been nothing short of remarkable. Working with you this past year has been nothing short of an adventure. From literally traveling the world, and sometimes on a moment's notice, like 10 minutes to say, pack your bags, we're going to the border of Poland and Ukraine for about 6 hours, and she does it. To strategizing with incredible leaders like Representative Mike Caruso on how we're going to have an impact in the laws of our state to protect the Jewish community, to combat anti-Semitism, to staying focused on your mission and your vision, which is to ensure that we are a welcoming, inclusive, and embracing Jewish community for all. I am thrilled that we have another year together as part of your tenure, and Ronnie, thank you very much. At last year's annual meeting, I shared with you about our next chapter and that how we are going to care for people in need, inspire children and teens with innovative approaches towards Jewish engagement and Jewish education, and protect and stand up for our Jewish community, and to facilitate meaningful and lasting connections with all facets of Jewish life. And throughout this year's annual meeting, you've heard how our community had joined together to fulfill the collective aspirations during this incredibly exciting time in our community. How we have served as a center for innovation and have launched a series of cutting-edge initiatives that has connected more people with Jewish life in meaningful ways. For example, how the Friedman Commission for Jewish Education has launched Sundays Together, a new way to connect young families to Jewish life in our community. This past year, we held community programming in public spaces in places like the Palm Beach Zoo, the Cox Science Center, and then on May 21st is our closing program at the Palm Beach Improv, where kids and families can engage in new and experiential Jewish educational programs. And of the 1,200 people who have participated this year in Sundays Together, less than 25% have any formal affiliation with Jewish life. There is a hunger and a thirst for them to connect with Jewish life, and we have an incredible opportunity to connect and engage with them, so they have a long and sustained journey in our Jewish community. This past March, Federation and the Mandel JCC sent a group of 8th graders to Israel as part of the Israel Now program, a new initiative out of Chicago, which we were invited to be one of the pilot communities. The trip was packed with opportunities for these 8th graders to be immersed in Jewish culture and history and connect with the people and the land of Israel. It is never too soon for us to instill a sense of a connection and value between our emerging teens and young adults with the people and the land of Israel. Also new this year, I'm excited that our community was chosen to become an affiliate of One Table. This new initiative connects young adults at Shabbat dinners and other Jewish experiences. And since the kickoff event this past December, more than 400 individual young adults have connected with One Table through these Shabbat dinner programs. And with the average age of West Palm Beach now approaching 36 years old, it is critical that we foster and strengthen Jewish life amongst this growing segment of our community. And we are not done. And even with all we have accomplished, we will not rest on our laurels because we have more work to do as a federation and as a community to ensure that we will continue to be on the forefront to care, to inspire, to protect, and to connect our growing Jewish community with Jewish life and vital human services. Core to the mission of our federation is to build a strong and vibrant connection to the people and to the state of Israel. And while we would have absolutely loved all 180,000 people living in a Jewish home to join us on the community mission to Israel, right, Kate Lester? That's a lot of buses. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so the next best alternative is that we bring Israel into our community. And that's why I'm so pleased that our Federation's Israel Program Center partnered with the Jewish Agency for Israel to bring in a community shlicha and the Shin Shanim program into Jewish Palm Beaches. For the past 2 years, we have had the incredible privilege of hosting Chani Kolan as our shaliach in our community. Chani, please come up to this podium. Chani has become a widely recognized figure in Jewish Palm Beaches. She is a rock star. She has celebrated Jewish holidays with us. She has shared her unique perspectives on Israeli life and politics and culture. She's participated in dozens and dozens and dozens of volunteer experiences. Chani has helped our children in our congregational schools connect with their Jewish homeland, and she has been an integral part of bringing young adults into the Jewish fold. Chani, you have been a light in the Palm Beach Jewish community since your arrival 2 years ago, and has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege watching you become an integral part of our Palm Beach Jewish community. This year, we expanded our Shlicha program to bring in Shin Shanim to Jewish Palm Beach. Shin Shanim is our cultural emissaries who are recent high school graduates in Israel who have elected to defer their year of service in the IDF so they can participate in a year of service here in the U.S. Our first two Shin Shaniot. You say that, okay? Well, you can say it. You can say it. Tom Benestein and Agam Ilovich have been working alongside Chani to expand the living bridge with Israel. Tom and Agam, please come up and join us. These remarkable young women. I remember first meeting them last July before they came here, and they were assigned to work in our community, and I was just so incredibly impressed and admired their commitment to give a year of service to our community and put their life on hold so they can enrich us. And for the past 10 months, Tom and Agam have energized our community's connection to Israel through programming at our synagogues, with our teen community and partner organizations, and also their host families. I want to thank and recognize their host families. They stayed in people's homes throughout the entire year, and these host families basically treated them like their own children, their own young adults. So thank you to the host families. While we only had 2 Shin Shanim, their boundless energy and creativity made it feel as though that the entire state of Israel had relocated to Palm Beach for about 10 months. Chani, Tom, Agam, thank you for bringing your refreshing perspective to Jewish Palm Beach. And as we prepare to wish you Lehitraot, we are pleased to present you with these gift baskets full of things, all thing Palm Beach, to commemorate your time with us. Thank you so much. There's the, there we go. It's sand, it's shells, alligators, not real ones, so. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. All right, again, a round of applause for Tom, Agam, and Chani. You always have a home here in Palm Beach, and when we're in Israel, and when Susan and I go in about an hour, we'll come see you. None of this impactful work at our federation would be possible without the incredibly fantastic, amazing professional team that I have the privilege of working with each and every day. I am continually in awe of their dedication, creativity, teamwork, all of which ensures that we have a thriving Jewish community and we have a vibrant Jewish Federation. I am beyond proud to work with you, with this incredible group of professionals. You are all my teachers, and each and every day, each one of you inspire me. Will the entire Federation team please stand so we can applaud you and thank you and recognize you? Please stand, team. A specific point of pride is how our Federation is focused on retaining our staff and developing their professional practice. And tonight, one member of our team has achieved a particularly significant milestone this year. Kathy Siegel, where are you? Come on up, Kathy. She's so excited about this. Kathy Siegel is our Chief Financial Officer, and she is celebrating, wait for it, 25 years working at the Federation. And I'm only 24. So. Kathy joined Federation in 1998 as a controller and over the years has risen through the ranks to become our CFO. Kathy has had a profound impact in our Federation. She has led with the highest standards of professionalism and integrity. She has had a finger and has had an influence on a countless number of initiatives and projects that has transformed Jewish life here in Palm Beach, and we're sitting in one of the projects that Kathy had such a profound impact on, Meyer, if you didn't know. You didn't know. You should like, oh yeah, I know. I remember it. In the midst of everything that she does for Federation, Kathy still finds time for traveling, focusing on her family and her dog, and she periodically brings to work some of her delicious baked treats, and I'm a particular fan of the chocolate peanut butter bars. Kathy, on behalf of the Board of Directors, your colleagues in the community, it is my privilege to present you with these beautiful bookends to commemorate your silver anniversary. I hope you think of us every time that you add a book to your collection. So, over there. You want to say anything?
Sure, why not? First of all, I want to tell you what a privilege it has been to serve this community for 25 years. For a bean counter to know that every day she gets up and she makes a difference, it really makes, it has enhanced my life, it's enhanced my family life, and I have to give a shout out to Jason though. My introduction to the Jewish community was when my son went to preschool at the Jewish Community Center, and he was in the same class with Jason. So, thank you. And congratulations, Marsha, on such a fine son. Thank you.
Thank you. Where am I? Okay. We have another milestone. It's all about milestones. This is fun. So we have another milestone anniversary to celebrate tonight, and this one is a bit bittersweet. After 18 years as an instructor on Sunday mornings for the Yad Hebrew School for students with differing abilities, we say lehitraot to Adrienne Turk, who is retiring. Adrienne, please come up to the podium. So in addition to her time with Yad, thank you, Adrienne has also been a full-time art teacher at Meyer Prep, and she was a teacher of my children. Was that Dreyfus? So you did something. Yay. A lot. More than us. Sorry, Naomi. She's had a lasting impact on the lives of many students that she has taught. And tonight, Adrienne, we thank you for your service and to honor you with this beautiful print. It reads, Limud ve'limad, which means to learn and to teach. Mazel tov on your high anniversary and on your retirement. So, thank you. And please join me in recognizing our Federation staff celebrating their 10-year anniversary. Jeff Trin, Senior Vice President of External Affairs. And a lifelong Jets fan, suffering Jets fan, Ron Vasatka, Director of Community Security, Deputy Director of Community Security, a lifelong Yankees fan, and Lynn Welton, Director of Donor Information Services. Jeff, Ron, and Lynn, please stand so we can thank you and recognize you. There's another honor to bestow, which is the CJE Hidush Teacher Award. This award is given to the teacher or school director who has used creativity, communication, and collaboration to improve or to develop new innovative ways of teaching and learning in a Jewish school and has encouraged others to do the same. This year's recipient is Julia Sudenfeld. Julia, where are you? Julia, come on up. Julia, come on up, Julia. Julia is a teacher at Temple Share Shalom. Julia teaches Hebrew through movement for students K through third grade, and she is a Hebrew tutor for grades 4th through 6th, as well as a B'nai Mitzvot tutor. Julia, Mazal Tov on this award.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. And we have one final celebration tonight, which is one of my favorites, if not my favorite, for every annual meeting. And that is the announcing of the recipient of the Debbie Rochfeld Professional Leadership Award. So as I'm explaining, it's Debbie Rochfeld. Please come up and join me on the stage. This award was created in honor of my friend and colleague, Debbie Rochfeld, who is Federation's longtime Chief Operating Officer and who had a distinguished 40-year career both in the Jewish Federation system locally and also nationally. Each year, we honor a member of our team for exhibiting exceptional leadership. This award includes a generous stipend for the recipient to participate in a professional development experience of their choice. And although every single member of the Federation staff has demonstrated and stepped forward exceptional, passionate leadership, this year's recipient has shown remarkable passion, dedication, and leadership. And now, the drum roll, please. The winner is Melissa Hudson. Hey, how you doing? What's up? When Melissa joined our Federation 5 years ago as coordinator for the Jewish Volunteer Center, no one could have anticipated JVC would become the powerhouse that it is today. Melissa's tenacity and creativity are a large part of the reason for JVC's exponential growth. She's a master of building relationships, both in the Jewish and non-Jewish community. She connects with people of all ages, all backgrounds, and her desire for doing good is absolutely contagious and infectious over and over and over again. And I'm always inspired when I see someone's personal passion become their mission and drive them to serve the Jewish community. Melissa fits that description to a T. Melissa has been promoted several times since joining Federation, and she is now Assistant Vice President of Community and Volunteer Engagement. She's well respected by her colleagues, by lay leaders, and thousands of volunteers who have gotten involved in our community's Jewish Volunteer Center. Melissa, you are the queen of collaboration, the embodiment of volunteerism. You put your giant heart into everything you do, and every now and then you may shed a tear or two. Your leadership in the community has literally helped thousands. Please join me in applauding Melissa for her commitment, for her life-changing work, and for receiving our organization's highest professional accolades. Mazal Tov, Melissa. You need to say something.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. professional
Thank you.
stipend
Okay.
speech.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Michael kind of mentioned it. Sometimes in life, we don't really know who we're supposed to be or what we're supposed to do. And this federation has given me that gift to truly, truly find my life purpose. And I'm so grateful to be able to do it with every one of you. So thank you. I work for the greatest organization around. Thank you.
Tonight has been an extraordinary celebration of our community and our accomplishments together, and I hope that you are as proud and as excited as I am. So whether you're here in person or virtually, you are part of something amazing. You're part of something much larger than yourselves, and it's because of all of you we are able to have the impact that we've been able to articulate and describe tonight for thousands and thousands and thousands of people here in Palm Beach and in Israel and around the world. I cannot wait to see what next year brings for us. Only upward and onward. As Susan said before, we still have an opportunity to achieve even more greatness than we already have. Thank you all for your support, for your leadership, for your commitment, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful summer.